welcome back to Mr. Toll's channel. This week, we have a review for our test, so stay tuned and let's get into it.
Awesome. Okay. So first thing, I'm going to break it into 3 categories of information. The first thing is just naming. So naming triangles. There are different ways to name triangles based off angles and by sides. So the first one, name a thing by angles. Here's the 4 choices. You have acute. That means all the angles are less than 90 degrees. You have a right angle, a right triangle. A right triangle means that one of the angles equals 90 degrees. One of the angles equals 90 degrees. And you have obtuse angles. Obtuse angles is that where one of the angles is greater than 90 degrees, okay? So the last thing we're going to do is also, there's equiangular.
What's that?
That is when all the angles equal each other. So x equals x in that case. All right? Remember though, because equiangular has to equal each other and triangles have to equal to 180, you also know that means it has to be 60, 60, 60, okay? So equiangular triangles automatically 60, 60, 60, and vice versa is true. Where if it's 60, 60, 60, that must mean it's an equiangular triangle, okay?
Wait, so if it's 60, 60, 60, how do you know if it's 60, 60, 60?
Based off the problem. I'll do some math problems and we'll do that. Yes.
I don't have the package.
Try to get it later.
All triangles equal to 180 except for scaling triangles?
No, all triangles add up to 180. All triangles add up to 180.
I know, but I don't have the
So the ones that describe the sides. So if I ask you to describe by angles, you're using these terms. If I ask you to describe by sides, you're using these terms. So you have scalene,
Isosceles?
which means that is no matching angles, or no matching sides, I should say. It also means no matching angles, but we'll talk about that next chapter. Scalene.
Like no sides, nothing's congruent.
There's isosceles. I'm just going to put iso because I'm not going to spell it wrong on video.
Yeah, so you want us to know what each one is, right?
Well, if I ask you a question, hey, can you identify this triangle by its sides? You need to know how to describe it. Isosceles is 2 sides match. The third one does not match with the other 2. And then the last one is equilateral. All 3 sides match.
ISO.
So that's 3 sides match, okay?
Do you relate?
Also the spelling.
Okay. So this is describing by angles, this is describing by sides, okay? That's the naming convention. We'll talk about the SSS stuff in the separate section, okay? But that's just naming a triangle.
Great.
Right. So I'm going to give you, let's do section 2, which right here, is going to be the math section, right? Here's like how math problems could show up in your questions, okay? So let's do one that's a simple internal question. So something like this. 120. Let's make this 20. And let's make this 2x plus 4. First off, I would ask you to find x, and then I would follow up with a question, what type of triangle it is based off its angles. We can already tell what the angles are. It's going to be what?
What? Oh, does it equal to 180?
It's going to equal to 180, and we could tell it's a obtuse triangle already. So
Oh, that's 120. So 2x plus 4 plus 120 plus 20 equals 180?
good. 2x plus 4 plus 120
Plus 20.
plus 20,
144
80.
I mean,
So then it'd be
2x plus 144
144
equals 180. 2x equals 36.
so 18.
X equals 18. Now in this one, I can easily see, based off the angle, it's going to be what type of triangle? It's going to be obtuse, because it has one obtuse angle in it. Okay? Why can't it have 2 obtuse angles?
What?
Why can't it not have 2 obtuse angles?
How do you know it's
Because it has to equal 180. So if you had 2 angles that are equal more than 190, like 91, 91,
You can have 2 rights and you can have
So you can have 2
below
right
the twos, whatever.
Oh, wait.
you can't have 2 rights either, because if that's 90, 90, you don't have any space for the third angle. So only...
Oh, yeah, because it's in a triangle. But
Mhm. What?
Why you can't have 3?
because, okay, Julian, if it's a triangle, you need 3 angles. And 290s, you'd have no space for the third. Because it'd be 90.
All right.
That's 180.
Second one is the external angles, okay?
Oh, I see.
how do you know it's obtuse? Because
Well, you know the shape of an obtuse angle also.
Yes, it's a computer generated, or like the things make the computer, so it should look correct, but you should be based off the numbers. In this case, I know this angle's 120, so that must be obtuse.
Wait, how do you know the angle's 120?
It told me in the question.
Oh, it told you in the
Yeah.
question?
Yeah, I'll change color. So black will be what I give you. Blue will now be what you're doing in
We
your
don't have
paper.
black or different colors. Great.
Well, I'm doing it in
This
different
is
colors.
review.
Yes,
The test is on one side.
yes.
Quite tricky. Quite
So this one is an external angle, okay? Now external angles are angles on the outside.
But that's
The
same
benefit
as
20 plus
is
X.
it equals what's over here.
20 plus X equals 12.
So
So-
2x equals 25.
So 20 plus x, which is the two angles here, equals the other, the outside angle, which happens to be 2x minus 25.
If it's on the outside, it's automatically equal to.
It's automatically equal to the other two, yes. Not the one next to it though. The other two on the non next
So
to.
how do you find that angle?
Well, let's do some math.
How come you're not equaling it to 180 this time?
They're not angles on the inside. This is the exterior angle, so it causes a different setup, which is these two equal the exterior angle.
So if it was on the inside, we would equal it to 180?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, minus x. Always I move the smallest x over. Plus 25. Plus 25. 45 equals x.
That's it.
So let's plug it into C. This is 45. And this one, 20 plus 45 is,
65. So that's going to be it.
so 180 minus 65.
15.
This has to be 115. So what type of triangle is this?
It's a scale. No,
Wait, it's 115.
it's the one
By
where-
the angles. What type of triangle is it?
It's a
By the angles.
regular triangle.
Because this angle is obtuse, it's an obtuse triangle. So you got to base it off the numbers, not the drawing.
How?
Yeah.
150, that
I know it's not drawn to be
No, no,
115.
How?
Oh, I plugged in x for 45.
Yeah.
So this one's 45.
Yeah.
If this is 20 and this is 45, this has to be the leftover.
Give an example of an acute.
No, 180 minus 65 because these two.
Wait, what do you
No,
mean
no,
that has to be the
so
left?
it wouldn't-
What's it here?
No.
So the highest one would be like 89, or else.
I understand.
An acute, sure, an acute.
Wouldn't it just be
Oh, it's over
times
180. It's over
45 minus
90.
25?
Mhm.
No, but
Well,
Q
acute
is
is
over.
over-
Wait,
it's
I'm
89
confused. Wait,
over
can you
89
not
over
go
90.
on?
Or under.
Like the biggest number? Yeah.
Oh, and then over would be under.
Where did that? Like the biggest number.
45 plus 20 is 65. 65 minus 180 is 115.
No, we're
And
getting
115 is a two single because it's 190. Like,
Yes,
It's
but
all
I'm
over the top
confused
of
why
it.
you
Why?
chose 20 and
Because he decided to
it,
do
it
the
just,
cost.
it's just the number.
20 was the question. 45 is what I found for x. So I plugged it in here.
And it can be for any
You
number.
choose 20.
And let's say the number was let's say the
It wasn't
number
in the example.
let's say the number was 70, then it'd be a Q. If it was 90 on the dot, then it would be right. It doesn't really matter. It's just random.
Where's the third one?
yes, but then why are we
Oh,
doing
yeah,
it?
I don't know why.
To the
Well, that's not supposed to be
outside?
in. It's just open the
Because
door.
when it's like that, when the problem looks like that, then you make it equal to each other.
Remember, the black is what I give you. This is just the problem.
Jordan is part of the
Jordan is
problem.
the
Yeah,
problem.
you only added 115, 45 after you solved. Yeah.
Okay. Now this one over here. Just some people ask. This is an example of an acute triangle. All the angles are less than 90.
So you,
So this is, if I ask you what it is, it's acute.
so if
There's
you
no-
solve, what do you do?
There's no x here, so you can't solve it.
That's what it is. If it's anything up.
If all three are under 90,
What if
Do
there's
you
one
want us to
for
give
that?
you work for that?
what about the other two?
You can't give work
There
for
are
that one?
no.
Then it's fine. They're acute.
So
One is over 90, then one is obtuse.
So acute would just be all the angles are under. It doesn't matter if equal or equal.
Yeah.
All the angles are under.
Yeah. A right triangle has one angle that's right, and an obtuse triangle is one angle that's obtuse.
So as long as there's just a of it.
Yeah, one of them would cause it.
They all
For,
have
like, if one of them
89.
were 115,
A
then
Q
it would
has
be
89
obtuse.
options, and obtuse has 89 options, and then angle has one, and right has one option.
Exactly. Yeah. Technically more because you're talking about two other angles, but that works. Whatever. All right. So we have external angles. We have triangles on the inside. Let's talk about two. If I told you these triangles are congruent, so let's say A, B, C,
Oh.
D, E, F, and I stated triangle ABC is congruent
to DEF.
It'd be
D, E, F. Okay.
How would you say that?
It would be written like this, a congruent statement. It'd be written like that.
Okay.
So if I told you if this one is, let's see, this one's 27. No, wait, I should put it in black. This is what I'm giving you. So this is 27. This is 52. And then this one is 2x minus 1.
Okay.
So 52 equals 2x.
So for this one, you're like, okay, but they're not in the same triangle. What am I supposed to do? Well, wait a second.
Equals each other's third equal
VC is
triangle, so it'd be
congruent.
27 plus
So
52.
because the triangles are congruent, A and D, I could put 27 here,
Yeah.
and E and D, B, I know they're congruent, so that's 52.
Yeah.
So I could do 27 plus 52 plus 2x minus 1 equals
79.
180.
So 180.
27 plus 52 plus 2x minus 1.
Wouldn't it be 2x minus, before that, wouldn't it be 2x minus 1 equals 52?
No, they're not matching. If it was on, if this was on E, which I'll show you in the next one, then it'll be
Wait, then you're
Equals
only
180.
doing that they equal each other if it's like one of those outside angles?
yeah. It's based off the congruent statement. So angle A, which is the first one on the statement, matches angle D, which is the first one on that statement. So if this is 27, this must also be 27.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm saying like for all these triangles, you're doing all of them equal 180, except for when there's an outside angle, and that's when it would equal those two numbers.
Yeah, outside angles are different. You need to do a different thing.
180.
Outside angles means a different type of question. Yeah, Leo.
How come it's not? Since we know BC is congruent to EF, that means it also be 2x minus 1 for C. How come we didn't write that?
You could have put 2x minus 1 here.
No, but in that equation where you wrote 27
Can
plus,
we do reasons?
plus 52, how come you didn't add 2? Oh, never mind. You didn't do it.
Okay. All right, so 102. X equals 51.
Are we able to do like actual examples?
Sure. Let me do my setup for what I think you need to know for the test.
51 plus 79 equals 180.
Hmm?
Or 130.
What's 78 minus
So this is 51, so X equals 51.
102, 102?
If I plug it back in, 51,
52 divided by 2.
52, 52 plus
Or 51, 51.
26.
51, so 102. 102 minus 1,
How are you?
101. This happens to also be obtuse. I didn't mean to all these be
What was the point of
obtuse.
Wait, why?
Where are
I'm
you
gonna,
now?
part of the questions is gonna be what type of triangles are these too. So you gotta be able to name them.
Oh.
Okay?
But, well, then they're both obtuse.
They happen to be both obtuse, but I'm just pointing it out.
I saw
It's my fault. I'm making up these examples. They're all obtuse. Yeah.
There would be a situation that it's not.
No, like if the angle wasn't 101, if the angle was like
Really, if it was
79.
89 or down, or if it was 90.
Wait, what? Where'd you get 101 from?
I plugged in 51 into X.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Wait, what?
let's do our next one. Same congruent statement. So use this again.
79 and 31. Let's do that.
What was that?
79 and 31.
And then this one over here is going to be 2x minus 1.
But is it not 79?
It is 79.
So this one's a little different because
We know A, but we don't
we know what A is, which is 79.
Okay.
know what E.
But D should match what A is. So I know this is 79. So there's no 180. This 31 is not actually useful in my help. So I'm going to do 2x minus 1 equals 79. Should do it in blue because that's what you're doing on the test.
Wait, what does it say in that triangle?
2x minus 1 equals 79.
So 40, that's 40.
So 2x equals 80. X equals 40.
So are you saying A and B would be 40?
No, I'm saying X is 40, which if you plug it in, 40 times 2, 80, minus 1, 79, which matches.
Where do you get 7? Where do you get 11?
Shh. Okay, let's take one question at a time. Julie.
It's 1. It's 1.
This is a.
How do you know? Wait, but where do you put the 40
Oh, no,
after
you
the
don't know
X?
that.
Oh, you
Wait,
put it
find
in
out.
position.
Like, do you get it?
So A and D aren't congruent.
Wait, one at a time.
Like, you have X equals 40. Where do you put that? Like.
Well, I'm asking, I will ask for two things. Find X and tell me what type of triangle this is.
Okay.
So this is 40, which you could plug back in, but you actually already know what this should be.
How do you know that
It should be 79.
E would be 31.
Let's pretend I gave you the statement again.
E would be 31.
So C, let's find out what C is. E should be 31.
E should be 31, and then
You-
would you have to, since it has to
you
equal
add
to
79 and
180, it has to
31.
equal to 180, right? So it would be 79 plus 31
Equals 180.
equals 180? Or is it,
Uh,
oh no.
Equal
Why do
plus
I know 40?
plus C, because we don't know what C is,
Oh, okay, plus
equals 180. So this is what? Added together 110?
You have to write it that way, or could you just write
You could just do the math in your head. 180, C equals 70. So if this is 70, what type of triangle is this?
It's a cube.
This one is a QA triangle.
70?
Yeah.
Why did we need to know x equals 40?
I'm asking the question. Please find X. Tell me what type of triangle it is. Okay. I'll scroll down a bit.
C.
Sorry.
Where do you get C from?
79 plus 31. Subtract that from 180. It should be 70.
So C and F are 70.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Right.
total?
Yeah.
Right, SAS, SSS, and like ASS, those are also on the test, right?
They're on the test. I'll get to there.
To find it, can
Well,
we
you have
also
to go back
do
there.
2x minus 1? Plus
Equals 79.
Equals F?
Equals D because they're in the same position. Or you should have, I technically should have rewrote this, but this is part of that. I just didn't want to rewrite it. I'm trying to save time. All right, next one. Let's talk about a little bit of the isosceles triangles. So this matches.
So
And let's
that's the
say,
one where two of them are equal and the other one is
yeah. So let's say 3x plus 5. And let's call this 40 over here. Okay. Good. So which one does that equal? 3x plus 5 or 40?
Well, if you find
No, it would
Wait,
be
if
the.
two sides are equal.
they equal each other.
Then it would be with the other side that's equal.
They equal each other.
Oh.
No.
Three X plus 5 is
Other
40.
side is 3x plus 5. The other side's also 3.
Good. So let me explain it so everyone understands. The opposite side should match the opposite angle. Remember, when I say opposite, that means imagine you're standing in a corner. The opposite walls are one across from you. So this is opposite, and this is opposite. So if this is 3x plus 5, this is also 3x plus 5.
Wait, what? Because it's like this wall is 3x plus 5, and that wall's also 3x plus 5.
3x plus 5
Well,
plus 3x plus 5
think of it like that. 'cause it
plus
was-
40
I just didn't know that it could go diagonal.
equals 180.
I thought 3x plus 5 was the bottom.
Wait, does 3x plus 5 go to that little line?
It goes through this corner. This corner.
Why would that
3x plus 5 is the corner of the triangle, is that line?
It's that corner because this is the corner. The corner matches the corner, the line matches the line.
But that's not the line, so why would that be 5? Oh, I see.
It's across the
What
line.
are you saying?
So 6x plus 50 equals 180. I'm combining like terms. 6x minus 50 on both sides, 130. This is a fraction, I apologize for that. 20 and 21 and 2/4 or 2/3.
I like terms. I
Whoa,
was in
wait,
6. I did
decimals. Come on.
Sorry about that.
2.16.
Come on.
Is decimals going to a test?
Or 130 over 60.
Are decimals are going to be a test?
Not on purpose, no.
On
He
purpose.
didn't know. He didn't know.
No,
Wait, I still don't get it.
So your x is 130 over 6, or you can reduce that to,
No, not that far.
Can you do another one where like one
40,
is
it's 40.
outside?
sure.
Oh,
I'm confused. Can you do the one with
So that one must be equal to 1.
Read it to me. Or show it to, bring it up to here so I can just draw it.
Mr. Noble.
Yeah.
I feel like this
How does that make
hard of a
sense
problem.
that that corner would also be 3x plus 5 if we only said
Or the
that
second
they
one.
will cross from each other?
Yeah, this side and this side matches. Do you agree with that,
Why
Jordan?
do they match?
Tick marks. In the black. Which one you want?
I thought that meant that the line is
Pick one.
Whatever one you think will be more beneficial to the class.
All right. So, this side is equal to this side. I gave you that, Jordan. I gave you that.
Did you say it
In black is what's given, so it was drawn that way.
You.
Yes, on the test.
Well, is it going to say that both those sides are equal?
They will. The black tick marks show that they're equal.
That's what you do.
I thought that meant that those two lines are equal.
Yes, those two lines are equal, which results in the conclusion, that'll be in the orange, that the two angles are equal. You can make that conclusion because the two sides are equal.
Well, if it's diagonal, doesn't it just mean that it's always equal to each other? So why do you need to know that it's always diagonal to each other?
I need to know these lines are equal in order to say these angles are equal.
Well, yeah, but why do we need to know the diagonal thing if they're equal anyway?
Well, what would this angle be if you didn't know that? Would it be 40 or 3x plus 5?
Give me 40. No.
Okay, but understand why it's 3x plus 5. I'm explaining why. If you thought it was 40, you would have been wrong.
Yeah.
That's why I'm explaining why it is. Leo, go ahead. You had your hand up.
How come it can't be that the 40 is on the bottom? It make it so much easier. That way we know that if 40 is down and then 3x plus 5 was on the side.
Because I could have put the tick mark here. So you got to be careful. You got to know which one's the opposite. These are the angles. I just don't want to draw them inside because they'll get smushed. 4x plus 8. This is number 15, okay? Yeah, 8. Okay, again, an external angle, even though there's multiple variables,
2x plus 5.
it's not that bad a situation.
2 plus 5 plus 51 equals
2x
4x
plus
plus
5
8.
plus 51. Yeah.
It doesn't
Okay.
equal 180 because it's on the outside, no?
Yes, so it's these two angles equals this angle.
Is that a 3 or a 5?
3.
What, Jared?
2x plus 3 plus 51 equals 4x plus 8. Combine like terms. Remember, when you're adding on the same term, you're not flipping the sign. You're just putting them together. 2x plus 54 equals 4x plus 8 minus 2x minus 2x minus 8 minus 8. 2x equals 40, guys, 46 divided by 2, x equals 23.
The soul.
Yeah.
What's after this?
Six is soul.
It's a missing soul.
All right. One more type of math question I could give you.
Are you gonna take that?
Honestly, I think the test.
Really? Give it that.
No,
Jules, look at that. You know we're 95?
because you can't do
You're a
that
dollar.
test before.
Yeah, I was wrong. I'm not actually supposed to give it out early.
You said I thought
I know I was wrong.
Look, 4.1 practice speed. 4.1 practice speed. Number 15 says 100. That's why I kept getting confused because I didn't answer.
15? 100 degrees? Yeah, they plug it back in. Did you plug it back in?
No, yeah, like I make that whole back
What's up?
there, and then I'm like, I'm getting it right, but I'm like,
So that all three are congruent.
explanation.
Good. So pay attention. Shh. There's two ways to set this one up. It is an equilateral triangle. Luckily for triangles, when they're equilateral, they're also equiangular. Lucky for us, all equiangular triangles, each angle must be 60. Yes, congruent, which is 60, 60, 60. So for this, what you're doing is perfectly fine. But this is, yes. So what I'm going to do is, because I know they're all 60, I can write it like this. 4x minus 5 equals 60. 4x
I might mess up.
equals 65. X equals, sorry about this, is a fraction, 21.25.
No problem, sir.
Why can't I just try 180 then? They have a question.
Hmm?
Oh, because they have to equal x. That's what all these are.
Whoa. How do you
For this one, they're asking for the exterior angle, so this side.
That'd be a cute, you're saying.
This one?
That-
No, this is a equiangular.
Yeah.
When they're all matching, it's
Side,
equiangular.
side.
Well, the sides are equilateral. That's sides.
Wait, so
Equiangular is angles.
It was
Isosceles.
We're going to name that?
Yes.
We're going to name that?
You're gonna have to name. If I give you this question, you have to tell me it's an equiangular question, triangle.
If you give it multiple choice, like, is this?
No,
No, wait.
it's only 4 names.
Are the tick marks angles or sides?
These tick marks are sides.
Okay.
Now, with a triangle, it happens to be that the side has a relationship with the angle across of it, which is, if the sides are the same, the angles are the
I
same.
thought equilateral was all the sides of the same.
Yes, only a triangle is both equilateral and equiangular every time. Okay? When we get to quadrilaterals, we'll talk about the difference. Okay. Here's all the math problems. Let's talk about the congruent stuff. So there are 5 choices. I'm going to be straight up. You're not going to have hypotenuse leg. So there's only 4 choices. Side, side, side. Side, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. ASA. Angle, side, angle. Also, technically, there's going to be a none. You have no congruency, okay?
And that's gonna
And that's the part where I fail.
That's when it's S. Yeah.
That's one way. Or you could just have not enough information or something like
Yeah.
that. Okay, so for this one, we're talking about, I'm going to purposely draw 2 like triangles. What I'm going to talk about is how we mark them, is how they match, okay? No, that is not what I want.
That is not prime.
What is that, Jerry?
Prime energy.
So let's say if I said I marked this one, I should do it in black to be consistent. So this is what I'm giving you. I marked this one. I marked this one. and I marked this one. Can I say these triangles are congruent?
Yes.
Oh, by what?
Side angle side.
It's side, angle, side.
Side, angle, side. Good. So for the first part of the question, you're just giving me the naming of it. So this is side, angle, side. If they're congruent, let's call this A, B, C, E, F, G. Okay? If I said it's side, angle, side, or you're saying a side, angle, side, I guess let me put that in blue. You're saying a side, angle, side. Please finish the congruent statement. So I'm going to give you half of a congruent statement. So wait, I'm going to give you purposely something next. BCA. That should be congruent to, in this case, EFG. So you're writing this part, EFG.
But that's not side angle.
Honestly, I think
That doesn't matter. You just got to match the congruent statement.
this is the first test I think I can do good.
Good.
The only thing I really have trouble with is
What's up?
the
You will have proofs.
I need help with proofs.
I cannot make up a proof offhand, so you just got to use the notes that we have.
I have,
You know how many other videos on YouTube there are like this? It's crazy. Just look up how to do angle proofs for whatever.
Okay.
That's not congruent. That's not
Well, we were
congruent.
going
Actually,
so
it is.
fast.
No, it's not.
Sorry.
It's side, angle, side.
Angle, side, side.
It's angle side.
Side, angle,
No, the
side.
left one is angle, is side, angle, side.
Same thing.
The left, the
They're
right
both
one is
SAS.
Yeah.
angle, side, side.
Okay, for this one,
The angles in the middle of the side. They're both.
Oh,
for this one,
they're still congruent.
why are they congruent?
Because they're still side angle side.
Good. So no matter what,
It doesn't matter because it's still the two, the angle, and then the one.
good. So even though they don't look exactly the same or like in the same exact position,
The angles in the middle.
it's side, angle, side. This is also side, angle, side. So they're
Either way.
congruent still. So if I told you, if I ask you, let's say G, E, F, what would be the matching statement? Go ahead, Leo.
ABC.
A,
A, B, C.
flip it, yeah.
Is it total?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, are there gonna be like the same amount of girls as
It's
last
not right.
time?
It's not right. G.
Say what?
The amount of girls.
Jay,
No, wait.
you flip it.
So I need help there, and they took over.
I don't think so because they will actually have their test by
Their
then.
whole grade, the whole grade was there.
Yeah, it was a lot. They took over.
What grade?
11.
What happened?
Actually, let's do it like this.
You came here lunch. I couldn't get a question off.
I apologize. I have to figure out a way to manage something like that.
Oh,
but-
this is a reflexive
I'll come
one.
tomorrow. I'm first serve.
Oh no, it's a vertical. It's a vertical.
I mean, these are vertical angles, Leo. So good job.
So wait.
What is that?
Let's say this match, and let's say this matches.
Well, I can't do
I
that.
did not
I
try.
don't know.
Make a bow tie. Just make a bow tie.
Wait, what do you want me to do?
These match and these match.
Those two are vertical angles.
Then they're side, side, side.
So in this situation,
Oh no, side angle side. Or,
for this situation, is there any hidden information here?
Then
Yeah,
the angle.
vertical.
Side angle.
So hidden.
Vertical.
I guess orange would be conclusions you have to make. Orange here. So these angles are equal to each other. Okay. So what's the answer?
Side angle,
Side side angle.
Side angle.
What's the problem?
The angle's not in the middle.
That's not a
Wait,
thing.
why
The
did two
That's not a
A's?
thing.
The angle is not in the middle. Side angle is not a thing. So what is the conclusion I can make?
Side angle,
None.
None.
This is a none situation. Even though you have 3 pieces of information, they don't. Side angle is not one of my answers.
Why can't it be angle side side?
Because the angle
That's
is
not
not
the thing.
in the middle.
You can't do angle side side because
You're
you
not-
covered it.
Wait, couldn't it be? Isn't there another side?
Wait, why are there two
Isn't it
A's?
side
That's
side?
why
Because
that's
isn't A, B,
angle,
side?
That's fine.
That would be two
AG
angles
and DG
and one
side.
side.
Isn't AG and DG a side?
No, you cannot make a. This is a good question. Can I make a congruent statement now?
I thought on that one, no.
No, because it's
I can't. So if I ask you, give me triangle A, B, C, make that match, you have to put here no or none. Because you cannot make that happen. You could put like a null as in it doesn't work.
okay.
So make sure you cannot fill that out. You are not able to fill that out. That would be wrong if you try to fill it out. Let's give this side matches and this side matches.
Side, side, side.
That's side.
Oh, no,
That's triple side. It's triple side.
Which one?
Oh, it is side side.
It's triple side. You always try to side in the middle.
So we know DB is equal to DB. What's that reason in proofs? Reflexive. So I'll just put 3 tick marks. Doesn't really matter. So you make that conclusion. Wait a second. They're sharing a side. So this one's side, side, side. if I said, please match triangle A, C, oh, I can't do that. A, D, B,
That'd be C, D, B.
No,
C,
B,
D,
C, B,
C. So A, let me just explain. A, D, B is 2 tick mark, 3 tick mark. So you have to match it on the one. 2 tick mark, 3 tick mark. So C, B, D.
I can't do this if you make
No, that one I'm gonna get. No, that makes sense.
Okay?
That makes
Makes
sense.
sense. I got it
How
right
do you get the DB? Side?
DB? Oh, because they're the same side. So I could just mark them. They're the same. It's reflexive.
Yeah, but the thing
Isn't
is,
that
it's like,
reflexive
it's
too?
just confusing because it's like,
Oh.
The point is to be able to name it correctly. So it's going to be confusing, yeah.
Isn't that also reflexive?
This one?
Oh, yeah.
That is reflexive. That's why I marked it.
No,
I'm saying AD.
If it's A, B, C, right? So starting from A, I went to D, and I went to B, which is 2 tick mark, 3 tick mark. I have to match that. So the only way I can match that if I go to C to B to D, because that would be 2 tick mark to 3 tick mark.
4 tick marks.
You could. I don't.
Well,
The tick
no,
marks.
you did the 1 tick mark, so it didn't be C, D, B.
Did it pass by 1 tick mark?
I thought it had
A, B, D,
I didn't say A, B, D. I said A, D, B.
A, D.
Yes. I'm sorry. This part is what you're going to actually answer. You're filling in this part. I'm giving you this part to match mine. That make it easier for me to grade, so I could just look at it instead of having to check each time like tracing. Last thing is proofs. I cannot make up a proof that's really useful on the spot.
Do the outro.
No, you already did the intro.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Wait, what are we? Today was a great day. What are we?
Guys,
Ready for what? Wait, you better not cut my intro.